Welcome to Swyft Games. Today we're going to look at 5 easy tips to increase your win rate in Apex Legends arenas. So sit back, enjoy this video, make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss any of our future ones. Let's get to the video. Point number 5, work as a team. This is huge in this mode. Reason being, it's not you versus 20 other teams out there. It's just you versus another team. 3v3, no third parties. You need to work as a team because your chances of 1v3 are not secure. You're not going to be able to single one of them out each time like a usual 1v3 happens. You need to work together as a team to strategize to win each game. So if you're one person running away and the other two are going the other way, follow the other two. Work as a team. Don't get angry at each other because that just tears it down. If you want to increase your win rate and your win percentage, you really just got to work as a team. Make sure you're there for each other. Point number 4, rotations. Now rotations is big, but especially if you're new to the game mode or you're really not understanding it or you're just struggling, rotate to the circle always at the beginning. Move that way, always plan on it. Unless the circle's in the middle of the map, then you can rotate right or left. Grab the materials, grab the stuff, move in. Reason I'm saying that is these maps are set up to have 2 alleyways, really. A right and a left. 2 points of interest on both sides that most battles take place. In the middle is a dead man's zone. You really don't want to be there because there's not much cover. You just get picked off, especially if they have snipers. So you want to make sure you rotate to the zone, because if not, you're going to be stuck out in the middle of dead man's zone, trying to always move in and worrying about the storm moving in, which destroys you in this mode really quickly. Point number 3, know what guns you are best with. This is huge because unlike Battle Royale, you actually get to buy your guns. You guys know this. You have every single gun available in Apex Legends at your fingers. Obviously not every round because you only start with 550s, so you can't buy an R301 off the bat. But if you really wanted to, you can buy a Spitfire first round if that is what you like to do. Now this is a big change because knowing your guns, knowing the attachments, the upgrades, this is what you want to be doing because this is how you can win. How to counter a different gun, how to counter a sniper, how to counter the bow check. Luckily they nerfed it so it's not as deadly, but it can still hurt you and you don't realize that you're getting hit. And it still takes for 53 at times. So make sure you guys know your guns and know how to rotate with them. What's the best way? If you're going to be fighting on the boat, for an example, in Oasis, you need to make sure that you probably have a close weapon, something you can get up close with someone, but also good enough that you can mid-range shoot with. Point number 2, know your legends and know what legend you are best in the gameplay. You have a lot of different legends now in the game, much different than the original 8. Now, the most popular legends for the most part are your mobility legends. So that's Valkyrie, Octane, Pathfinder. You will almost always see one of those, if not most of them, in each game you play, and that's just because of the mobility that you get with them. Valkyrie not as much anymore, it's just kind of fallen off, but she is huge, especially at artillery, because you can get up into those areas and be able to rotate without having to use the zip lines. So knowing legends, because if there's a lifeline on their team, you need to down that lifeline first because she can always hit that res. And if you are the lifeline, make sure you're buying that gold backpack and hitting the res each time because it is crucial to get your teammate back up. I would say 95% of the games that I play, if my teammate's down and I'm not a lifeline, I'm not going to try and res them because now it's a 3v2 and I'm being pushed hard. The nice thing about the lifeline is they nerfed her going into the season, but I think it's a buff because you don't have your massive shield saying, hey look, we're reviving someone right here. You hit your shield, they can't see what's going on. Wonderful. You don't have to worry about it. You can get back in that fight, protect your teammate. They get up, you have the gold backpack, they're at 50 health, completely can change the outcome of a game. Especially if they're picking long with snipers, you can just hit it real quick, you don't have to worry about it. To our final point, get the material bins. This is huge. This game is based off of currency. You need to get your currency. You get one of those bins, you get 200, not just for you, but for the full team. Now, this can be an ability, can get you an extra battery, can get you an extra upgrade on your gun, and if you get 2 bins, that's 400. That's a huge increase against the other team because the more materials you have, the more chance you have of winning. Let's be honest, especially if it comes into a sniping battle, the team that runs out of heals first is usually the team that loses because they're going to have to push and they don't have the heals to recover when they do push. That being said, make sure you guys are grabbing those bins. Now don't put yourself out there to die when you grab them. They give you a med kit, 2 shield batteries, 1 Phoenix kit. And if you have a lifeline on your team, you get 12 shield cells. That's a huge change in momentum in a game. So if you're able to get them, grab those. Honestly, I don't think the care packages are that crucial to winning a game. They do have really good loot in them if you're able to get it, but don't depend on those, because if you depend on them, you're probably not going to get them every game. And most of the time, the other team's watching. The second that's hit, if they have a Valkyrie, they're going to be shooting it, or grenades are flying at you. So don't depend on that care package. Know how to use other things. These 5 tips can really increase your win rate percentage. It has helped us. We have over 50% win rate, and this is what we do every single game, even when we're not playing with the Swyft Nation. Make sure you guys are applying these. Let us know how these tips have helped you guys out. Leave a comment below. Thanks for watching our video. We'll see you next time.